The story of a tragic swordsman on the road begins. An assassin who transforms into a defender, a fighter moving at full speed, invisible to the naked eye. Although the fictional Rurouni Kenshin is based on the real-life warrior Kawakami Gensai, the famous assassin Himura Kenshin was directly influenced by Gensai. Today, we uncover the true Hitokari, who lived through one of the bloodiest eras in Japan's history. To understand Gensai, we must first understand the world he lived in. In the mid-19th century, Japan was going through tremendous turmoil. Under the Sakoku policy of the Tokugawa Shogunate, the nation had been isolated from the rest of the world for more than 2 centuries. That all changed in 1853, when Commodore Matthew Perry's American warships arrived, forcing Japan to open its ports to Western trade. From that moment, nothing was the same. Bloody confrontations broke out between pro- and anti-shogunate factions. Many samurai believed the shogunate had grown weak and wanted to restore authority to the emperor. Kawakami Gensai, born in 1834 in the Kumamoto Domain, didn't appear to be a towering warrior. He was short, slender, and delicately built, the kind of man most wouldn't notice. That is, until he drew his sword. Gensai was known not for brute strength, but for his agility, accuracy, and unpredictability, a stark contrast to the heavily armored samurai of earlier times. He trained in the Shiranui-ryū style, which emphasized lightning-fast attacks and unorthodox movements. Through this, he became one of the fastest and most lethal swordsmen of his time. What truly set Gensai apart was not just his skill, but his ideals. He believed in a more egalitarian society based on merit, not rank. His vision of the emperor as a unifying force who could restore Japan led him to reject the idea that only high-ranking samurai should hold power. Out of loyalty to that belief, Gensai fully embraced the Sonojoi movement, revere the emperor, expel the barbarians. But that devotion came with consequences. Gensai became one of the 4 Hitokiri of the Bakumatsu, elite assassins who struck terror into the Tokugawa regime as Japan spiraled into chaos. Calm and precise, Gensai never killed without purpose. His most notorious act was the public assassination of pro-Western scholar Sakuma Shozan. Sakuma had advocated for embracing foreign knowledge to strengthen Japan, promoting Western technology and modernization. But to hardline imperial loyalists like Gensai, Sakuma was betraying Japan by supporting its enemies. On August 12, 1864, in Edo, now Tokyo, Gensai ambushed Sakuma in broad daylight and ended his life with a single strike before vanishing into the crowd. The message was clear. The restoration of the emperor would be achieved at any cost. Gensai's strike was so swift that some say his victims didn't realize they were dead until they fell to the ground. He was nearly unbeatable thanks to his mastery of the Shiranui-ryū, a style that mirrors Kenshin's hidden Hiten Mitsurugi-ryu in the anime. Gensai moved at a dizzying pace like a terrifying shadow. Unlike bulkier Hitokiri, he relied on nimble footwork and lightning reflexes to outmaneuver enemies. Some even say he could cut down a foe before they managed to draw their sword. Kenshin's Godspeed Batojutsu was inspired by this legendary quickness. After the Meiji Restoration in 1868, Japan changed forever. The samurai era came to an end when power was restored to the emperor. By 1876, the government had banned sword carrying, stripping the samurai of their warrior status. Gensai, a man from the old world, rejected this new system. As Western influence swept across Japan, railroads replaced horses, guns replaced blades, and those who had once ruled the battlefield were left behind. While most adapted to the new order, men like Gensai resisted it to the very end. In 1870, Gensai was falsely accused of conspiring against the government and imprisoned. 2 years later, in 1872, he was executed. With his death, the era of the Hitokiri ended. He had fought for the emperor, but when the emperor no longer needed him, he was cast aside. Gensai's ideals, his skills, and his sacrifices were swept away by the currents of history. All that remains is the legacy he left behind. Rurouni Kenshin was inspired by Gensai's legend, but unlike Kenshin, Gensai never got a second chance. Is his story one that resonates with you? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe.